Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. You know what today is? Monday morning chats with Sack. And Sack is me. I hope that you guys had a phenomenal weekend. My weekend, whew, it was a long but great weekend. I got a chance to celebrate my best friend for her bridal shower. And literally, when I say that I was busy, um, not busy, I was just very productive from Friday, Saturday, the actual shower. Sunday, I like I was in and out of sleep. Like I woke up in the morning around I want to say around 9 o'clock. No, 8:30. Got a chance to get dressed and leave. Stayed at a family member's house um, as I got everything ready for the bridal shower. Came home, fell asleep. Missed half of the game, the Eagles game, and you know me, I am a diehard Eagles fan. But I was just in and out of sleep Sunday. Like I was just so tired, and I just needed all of my sleep. I just needed all of my sleep. But I think I got enough sleep last night. I think I got enough sleep. Got a chance to get 8 hours of sleep, which is great. But I thought about the things I wanted to talk about, like what I wanted to talk about, and I think Friday, this past Friday, it was a great Friday. Despite all the running around I had to do, Friday night I didn't do anything. Like I just pretty much wanted to make sure that the bridal shower was a success. So my mind was just set on that. And if you know me, I like to plan events. So the day before, I'm like one track mind. Like I just got to focus on this. And I remember just sitting down. Like I was just sitting down. I just went into deep thought. Like I ran all my errands. I was running around. I mean, I went to like 3 Joann Fabrics to find like one thing. Burlington Coat Factory. Like I was just running around. And after I got a chance to just sit down, I just went into deep thought. And I was like, what do I want for my birthday? What do I need? What am I in lack of? And my birthday is this Saturday, it's October the 17th. And my brother, he reached out to me and he said, Sakina, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, you don't gotta get me anything. And he was like, nigga, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, you know what, you can get me flowers. You get me flowers for my birthday, little brother. So if you want to get me that, get me flowers. And I just started thinking, like, what do I really want? And sometimes I'm a deep thinker, and sometimes I just go into deep thought. And sometimes I can be focused on one thing, and then all of a sudden I'm just thinking about, oh God, what I need to wear for tomorrow or something like that. That's just me. And I just started to really think, like, what do I need? What am I in lack of? Is it something I always pray for and I never got it? Is it that? Is there anybody in my life that's holding space? Because I'm a person about peace. My name is Sakina, and it stands for tranquility and calm. It's an Arabic name. And I'm always trying to make sure that I'm balanced. And that's me as a Libra. So I just kept saying, like, what am I in need? What am I in lack of? Is there anybody in my life that's holding space? Because if they are, God, I just ask that you remove them. And that is the prayer that I say all the time. But for this birthday, going into a new year, I just want to make sure that I'm very clear. Like, God, please. I know sometimes it hurts removing things or even people, but if it's in my best interest, do whatever you need. That's my prayer that I say all the time. But this year, that is definitely for certain. And I won't budge on that. So I just went into deep thought, like, what do I need? And I just thought about a title to just let it go. You ever have something or have a thing, or maybe it's an article of clothing, maybe it's a piece of paper, maybe it's a gift that you just held on for so long. Maybe it's from someone that's in your past. Maybe it's something that you have that you just held on that makes you it reminds you of someone. Maybe that someone is not in your life anymore. What keeps you holding on? Like, what is it? Is the thought that maybe things would go back to what it used to be? Do you think about the good times that you share with that person? Or maybe a thing. Maybe it was something that kept you warm at night. Maybe it's a blanket. Maybe it's a t-shirt. Maybe it's a dress. What is it? What keeps you holding on? And I thought about it. And I thought about is there something in my house that's holding up space? Now, I'm not a hoarder. Like, if you ever come to my house, I'm not a hoarder. Everything is in order. And everything, I'm a clean person. I like to clean. I like to clean all the time. And so I just kept thinking, like, well, I'm not a hoarder, but is there anything in my house that can make me unbalanced? Maybe it's clothes, or maybe it's shoes. I have a shoe class. I like shoes. Am I holding on to something that I held on for too long and it's time to let it go? What is it? And I prayed about it. And I was like, God, I know that I can hold on to some things because there's memories there. But are they good memories that I want to keep in my house? Because my house is full of positive energy. If you're in my house, I have positive things. Even on my coaster, it just says laugh often. All throughout my house, I have positive things. So even in my bedroom, I have my vision board. I have a statue of a queen. I just have good things. And I just thought about, like, what is it that I need to move? That I need to remove? That I need to let go? And I realized that I have journals. I like to journal write. I am someone that likes to write poems. I've been writing poems since I was in third grade. I remember that my language arts teacher, she for parent teacher conference, she told my mom, she said, your daughter is a great writer and you should try to see if you could get some of her poems published. I just like to write. Instead of me, sometimes having an outburst to someone, I like to express how I feel in my writing, whether it's good or bad or just in between. I just like to write. And even now, I love to write. So ever since I was in third grade, I just love to write, especially poems. And when I was in high school and college, I would use my actual planners. So I was big on planning. So if I have a test, I'm writing it down as to when I want to have this test, planning as to when I want to actually study for this test. But in my planners, it will have notes. So you can make notes. Sometimes the notes are a page long or 2 pages long. And in those notes, I would actually write poems, or I would journal write, about my day, how my day was. Journal writing became really big for me when I moved to Florida. I did not like it there. I was sad. I kept thinking that one day my mom would just wake up and allow me to move back to Philly with my family. It was a hard transition for me. I stayed to myself a lot. Most of my friends were older than me, but I still kept my distance because I wanted to be back home. Like, can you imagine being somewhere your entire life and then you move? And so those journals were talking about sad times. Like, hey, I wish I can go back to Philly. I don't like it here. Then it talked about, when you get that first boyfriend or whatnot and the feelings there. And then I just looked at these journals. Now, mind you, I had these journals since 2001. They're like 19 years old. Some 2002, 18 years old. So they're almost 20 years old that I had these journals. So I would talk about the times that I was in Florida that I did not like. And in college, had a boyfriend off and on for 2 years. Then I had like my first love that was like in and out of my life. And those journals talked about that. And it was good times, it was bad times. And I found these journals after I left college. I kept these journals at my aunt's house. And during the pandemic, around May, I went to my aunt's house to say, you know what, hey, I realized I still had some of my old stuff. Can I get these? Now, my pictures, I love my pictures. And I realized that, crap, I looked through these, the binders and realized, wow, I still have these old journals. And me at 33, I was able to read the things I talked about when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I was like, wow. I wish I could tell my younger self that it gets better. And, sometimes you regret being the person you were at that time because it's just like, wow, it didn't work out. But I'm grateful that I was able to be that person. I needed to be that person because it made me who I am today. So I don't regret the love. I don't regret the relationships. I don't regret the mistakes. I embrace them because I'm human. And I needed that to get where I'm at today. And so I looked at these journals. I was like, wow, why do I still need these journals? I'm not that Sakina anymore. I'm not the 19-year-old Sakina. I'm not the college student anymore. And so what I did was I thought about it and I was like, you know what? That is the space. That is the thing that I need to have leave my house. These articles, these journals came into my house in May. So they've been in my house for 5 months now. And although my house has been, somewhat peaceful, I just realized that, hey, it could be better. And what I did was I didn't realize how therapeutic this was. The actual journals were in my home office. Went to my home office, cleaned up my home office, and I put all these journals in a bag. And then I started thinking about articles of clothing. I'm like, do I still need this? And I had shoes that I just never wore before. I was like, you know what? I don't want these shoes. So my clothes, had my shoes in one pile. I was like, these are nice, but I don't wear them anymore. It's not that I don't like them, but if I had to go in my closet, that's not my first pick. And so I had all these shoes. I put them in the pile. It's probably like almost 10 pairs of shoes. And then I went in my closet. And I have a lot of dress clothes, a lot of business casual, formal attire. I have a lot of those things. And I went in my closet and I was like, okay, I remember when I bought this dress. Okay. But it was this one particular dress that I had. It was a pink dress. Pink, and it had like purple and yellow and light green. Beautiful dress. But this dress has so many memories in this dress. I bought that dress about 5 years ago from JCPenney's. And I love that dress. But I remember wearing that dress the first time I wore that dress. I actually went somewhere, spent time with someone, had a great time. For the lack of confidentiality and for me not to get into details, because I don't know who's going to actually see this, let's just say this happened some time ago. It actually did some time ago. And I remember wearing this dress, and I remember the places that I went, and it was a great time. And that person is no longer in my life anymore, and I wish the best for this person, like the absolute best. But I remember that time. But I remember the time that I wore that dress, and it was a great feeling. I just thought about the things that could be. And eventually, of course, time moved forward, and I realized it's not what I want. And I just looked at this dress, was like, you know what? I had a great time in that dress, but it's time to just let it go. It's time for me to have more space. And so what I did was I had all the clothes. I had all these clothes, and then I had all my shoes, packed them all up, and I donated it. I gave it to a rehab for women, and so they can have it. So that way, if they need to have clothes to go to an interview, they'll have some clothing. But the journals, I actually found a dump truck, and I threw all the journals there. And it was a sign of release. I was like, wow, this is good. Now I have a new journal. My new journal, I write about things in my present, and I feel good, and I write about it. The last time I wrote a poem was probably about, oh God, I actually wrote one in May. It was called To My Dear Future Husband. It's a great poem. And I actually read it to one of my like really close friends. And he was like, this makes me want to cry. I was like, please don't cry. But it was a great poem. It shows vulnerability, it shows growth, and just a lot of things about me. So it's a great poem. And one day I may recite it. I don't know. I may recite it. But so my question to you is, are you still holding on to article of things that makes you go back into the past? And maybe the past still makes you cry, still makes you sad. But it's okay to just let it go. I did that. And I probably still have more things in my closet that I need to let go. And I eventually, trust me, I will. But sometime I realize that it could be some things or some people that can hold you back. Sometime it could be yourself to hold you back. So are you holding yourself back? And if you are, why? What is that thing that's holding you back? Can you let it go? Letting things go is hard. It's because you think about the moments that you share with this thing. Maybe it's a person, place, or thing, or now. And then you realize, okay, when is their expiration date? That's just like, buying an outfit. And then you realize that, hey, I don't wear this size anymore. Do you still keep it? I know for me, I lost weight after law school. And so some of the things that I had, I brought them with me when I moved to Maryland. And I thought like, hey, I can get into this, but I realized that's not me anymore. Like that size 10, I don't wear that anymore. I'm a smaller size. I don't wear that. But I remember exactly how I felt during that time. And at that time I realized, hey, I want to lose weight. I want to be in a weight that's most fitting to me, something that I like. And now the size that I'm at, I'm like, okay, this is fine. I don't care about trying to wear my old clothes. I can just give them away to someone that actually needs it. So yeah, so if there's something that is holding you back, don't let it hold you back. Don't be a prisoner of old things. You'd be surprised. It could be one t-shirt. It could be one dress. It could be one suit that you have in your closet. And it can bring back so many not so good times and some good times, but are you creating space for other things to be there? Maybe it could be new clothes, better clothes that make you feel good. Maybe it could be a person, whoever, whatever it is. But yeah, this is the time to just let it go. I let it go. I feel good. But my prayer, like I said, has always been, God, what am I in need of? What am I lacking? Am I holding myself back? Are there people around me that hold myself back? Because when it comes to success and it comes to being a better person, you have to be mindful of your environment. And I know for me, I know a lot of people and I get invited to a lot of things. But there's some things that I just won't go to. And it's not because I don't love the person. I just don't like the environment that it's in. So I pray that you make the decision to let things go that serves you no purpose at all. I pray that you find the peace that you need. I pray that you work on the things that you want in your life internally and externally. I pray that you never forget how amazing you are in spite of everything that's going on in this world. I pray that God brings people in your life that serves a purpose, that's here to help you, that's here to help you grow. I believe that success is never done in isolation, so you do need people to help you. I pray that you realize that you're amazing, you're great, you're phenomenal. You can have anything that you want in this world. I tell myself all the time, and I keep reminding myself this. Even during the good days, and I also got to remind myself, even during the not so good days. And I've learned to create rainbows during storms, and I hope that you're able to do that. But I'll leave you with this one thing. My girlfriend called me Saturday morning. I was on my way to Starbucks, and she told me, and this is something that resonated with me. She said, give people time to grow. Sometimes you may meet someone and they're not exactly where they need to be. Mental health is real. People deal with anxiety, they deal with depression, they deal with all type of stuff. And so if you met me last year, I'm not that person this year. But give people time to grow. And just because you give people time to grow, that doesn't mean you need to wait around, but embrace their newness. Embrace the new person that they present to you. And it's all up to you how you deal with that. So that's one thing I wanted to leave you with. I hope that you have a great Monday. I hope that your Tuesday is phenomenal. I hope that your Wednesday is amazing. I hope that your Thursday is spectacular. I hope that your Friday is just great. And I hope that your Saturday is lit. And your weekend is just lit. Not just Saturday. I hope that your weekend is lit. But Saturday, I hope that it's extra lit because it's my birthday. So definitely get a shot from me. I'm definitely going to take a shot too. But yeah, I just hope that you just never forget who you are, and just practice on being a good person. I made the decision to choose peace over pettiness. And some people were like, Sakina, I would have handled that a different way. But honestly, I just love peace. And sometimes for me, I don't respond. I just tell somebody, hey, you won. You won. So have a great Monday, guys. Have a phenomenal Monday. Take care.